The Lions just made a decision that could completely change the future of the quarterback position for the franchise. Hendon Hooker, Jared Goff, and a new name have entered the equation, raising many questions about the team's long-term plan. And it doesn't stop there. A major defensive reinforcement could be on its way to Detroit, but the deal won't be easy. It comes at a cost that could impact the team's future. You won't want to miss a single detail of these moves, so hit the like button and join us. The Lions decided to strengthen their quarterback room and made a move that could change Hendon Hooker's future with the franchise. After spending the entire regular season with Hooker as Jared Goff's backup, the team surprised everyone in the playoffs by replacing him with Teddy Bridgewater, the same Bridgewater who spent much of the year coaching high school football. This decision already hinted that Detroit didn't see Hooker as a guaranteed piece for 2025. Now, with their latest signing, his chances of remaining as QB2 have gotten even slimmer. According to Mike Garafolo of NFL Network, the Lions have signed former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Kyle Allen. And when we say former Steelers QB, we're talking about a true NFL journeyman. Detroit will be Allen's sixth team, as he started his career as an undrafted free agent with the Panthers in 2018. His best stretch came in Carolina when he took over as the starter for most of the 2019 season, posting a 5-7 record while throwing for 3,322 yards and 17 touchdowns. Since then, he's been a typical backup, bouncing around Washington, Houston, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh, playing in just 6 games as a starter with a 1-5 record, 1,165 yards, and 7 TDs. Now, Allen arrives to provide an experienced backup option for the Lions. And let's be honest, if all goes well, he shouldn't see the field much. Jared Goff has been a rock for Detroit, playing all 17 games in each of the last 3 seasons. But the NFL is unpredictable, and having an emergency plan is never a bad idea. What do you think about this QB shakeup? Are the Lions making the right moves, or are they wasting talent? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if the offense is already making headlines, just wait until you hear about the big name that could bolster the defense. The Lions kicked off the offseason with a strong move by bringing in DJ Reed to replace Carlton Davis, but since then, they've taken a more low-key approach to adding reinforcements. Their only external signings have been linebacker Grant Stewart and defensive tackle Roy Lopez, not exactly headline-grabbing moves. What's still missing? A dominant pass rusher to line up opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Right now, Marcus Davenport is slated to start across from Hutchinson, which isn't ideal for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. But hold on, there's still hope for a major acquisition. NFL insider Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated recently mentioned that he sees a potential trade between the Lions and the Bengals for edge rusher Trey Hendrickson. The price isn't cheap. Cincinnati is reportedly asking for at least a second-round pick in return. For a 31-year-old player seeking a contract worth over $30 million per year, that's a significant investment. However, Detroit holds a late second-round pick, which could make it easier for them to part with it. The bigger issue? How this move would impact future contract negotiations with Aiden Hutchinson. GM Brad Holmes seemed to rule out this possibility during the NFL Combine, but with the first wave of free agency in the books, the outlook might be shifting. Right now, the Lions have most of their starting lineup locked in through at least 2026, with only 2 glaring needs, an edge rusher and a right guard. That could make the team comfortable enough to sacrifice a second-round pick for a player who could be the difference between being a strong contender and a true Super Bowl favorite. The biggest question is the contract. The Lions already have pending extensions for Hutchinson and Kirby Joseph, so adding Hendrickson's salary would complicate things. On top of that, there's competition. Other teams are willing to pay Hendrickson the extension he wants, but believe the Bengals' asking price is too high. If Detroit can work out the numbers and Cincinnati lowers its demands slightly, this trade could be a game changer to solidify the defense and push the team closer to the top of the NFC. Now, the question is whether the Lions will pull the trigger before another team swoops in and takes Hendrickson elsewhere. The Lions are one step away from making a huge leap in the Super Bowl race, but every decision could have a major impact on the team's future. Is the front office making the right moves? This defensive reinforcement could be a game changer, but the price isn't cheap. Is Detroit ready to take this step, or will they end up complicating their future? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates on your favorite team.